Welcome to my Pauma Valley retreat. Let's go inside. So I've been here a couple of years. Probably my favorite house I've ever lived in. Some of the things you'll see in here, there's like all these beams. The beams are all redwood beams, so it's something probably not made anymore like that. But it's so private. Like if you look out here, it just feels like you're the only house here. And you got the mountain view, and we sit out here all the time and get the coolest sunsets. But this view is like one thing, but this room is so wide open and like it just feels like a massive space when you look at these beams go from the inside all the way to the outside of the space. Is one of my favorite kind of features of the house. But as far as entertaining in here, it's awesome because like you've got the bar set up here, if you're into wine or whatever, and then behind you you've got the living room, which is just kind of right adjacent. So a lot of times we'll host people for dinner parties and people end up hanging between these two spaces. The other thing that's one of my favorite things in this room is this big fireplace. Like in the winter, California is the perfect weather where it just kind of gets to that like 70, 65 during the day. At night you're in the 50s, so this thing rips. You can get a big wood burning fireplace going. It just kind of helps feel like another season. It's one of my favorite things. This room is cool too because it transforms. Like if you open up those blinds, you can kind of see inside outside, and a lot of times during the summer we'll open up these big two doors in the front and then the big two doors in the back, and we just get like an awesome breeze through this room. It kind of feels like an extension of the outside space, which is really cool. One of the coolest parts about this house, if you're collecting mid-century modern houses, Don Brandenburg did an awesome job. He's done houses in Napa and other parts of California as a really well-known architect, and it felt like collecting a piece of history to be able to have the original plans with the house. I love this kitchen. I'm really into cooking, so you have the 6-burner, so I'm always like making tortillas if we're making tacos or whatever here. You got the double ovens, which is awesome, so if you've got a couple of things cooking. This is like the hub of the household, so we pretty much live in here between 3 meals a day we try and cook in here, so we try and cook everything at home. But it's been an awesome kitchen. It feels like a full chef kitchen to me. All right, one more thing. I got to show you what my favorite drink is in the fridge. Got the big Sub-Zeros. Open them up. Stocked with Drippy. Let's go check out my office. Come on. So this is one of my favorite spaces in the house. I'm really into clean and modern. You've got like the white marble tiles. Everything's white in here. You got the beams carried through. I'm a big art collector. I've got another bear brick here. That's a Warhol. You got the original drawings from Snow White. I'm also a big shoe collector. This is a original from Dennis the Menace. I'm a big cartoon person, but these are all like really hard to get, I guess, shoes. Here's one from Stranger Things. This is like the shoes from Stranger Things, the movie, and here's all the NASA vans. And, I don't know, I'm just kind of one of those, this case provided a spot for, all my collectibles, but what's cool about it is it's actually removable and there's a full closet behind there. So if you're not going to use this as an office and turn it into a bedroom, it'd be a great space. Also got my whiteboard built in, just so I can throw ideas down whenever I'm thinking. And I think the best feature is that these doors open up in the summer and you've got these big French doors and got tons of airflow through here. So it's just a killer space. All right, so we're walking into the master bedroom. I love this space because it's a huge open space. I wanted to keep it super clean. We ended up having the concrete all polished out to a super high finish. It almost looks like polished marble or something like that. But the floor stays really kind of nice and temperate all year, and that's one of the things I like. It's also got the big French doors out the back, so you could just have it wide open and it feels like you're just hanging out in like a nature, almost like a nature preserve while you're sleeping. It's really cool. One of my favorite things about this backyard is there's a good amount of green space. But it also has this killer view of the mountain range, so it's like one of the only spots in the neighborhood with a high up view where you're kind of overlooking everything. It feels really like you're just all by yourself when you're sitting out here sort of relaxing. You got a whole nother yard space out here, hot tub, you even have a guest suite right here, which is really great when you have guests come in town. And then you've got the garage access right here. This is probably my top favorite spot in the whole house, which is actually outside. It feels like a continuation of the inside space because those beams I had talked about earlier, they continue out here into this space. And I'm like really into meditation, so I have this little Zen spot here. This Buddha came all the way from Thailand. It's over 3,000 pounds now, so it was probably like the size of a bus when it started, but it's solid marble. And it's been a journey to get him here, and really cool. Just really ties the whole space together.